the host not scared to show the monster right away. Everyone hides the monster. Everyone hides the monster.
Hey everyone, welcome back to AsArt with Nick and John. We post 3 times a week, so click subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, or for all the other content, head over to asart.space for all the audio and video links. So Nick, we covered Parasite a number of months back when the Oscars were coming up, and we really, really liked that film. And we got a lot of viewers from Korea, and we got a lot of viewers in general that said, hey, check out this movie. We like that you're actually covering this stuff, and check these out. And I personally am a fan of Korean films. They make some messed up films. My all-time favorite is Old Boy by far.
Good one.
But they
I don't know.
have
I
just...
think my all-time favorite now is Parasite.
Parasite was very... I mean, depends on what type of movie you're looking for. But Parasite's extremely good. And so they said, check out The Host, made by the same director, has the same main father figure actor in it. And we're just now getting around to watching it. And I have to say, I definitely enjoy it. A completely different type of movie than Parasite. But so Nick, when we haven't talked about this much as far as our viewing, what did you think about it? Did you have any parallels you drew with other stuff? I mean, was this disappointment? Were you happy with it?
I liked it a lot, especially after watching Scooby-Doo. Don't watch the new Scooby-Doo film.
We're doing this review right after we watch that new Scoob animated film. Check that one out if you want to hear a rough review.
You know, it surprised me because I'm so used to this. Okay, is this a dark comedy? Or is this a monster flick? That's what I want to know. There's that scene when they're crying over the child at the funeral, and they see and then there's like someone's car or whatever. They're like over the top reacting, so they wouldn't. Yeah. Oh my! I just like it's just so dark. The humor is so dark in certain points where it's just.
And that's what I really love about the Korean films that I've seen is they have some different views on things obviously than American filmmaking audiences, but they also have some really, really fun dark humor in their films. Like there's a scene, and we're obviously getting to spoilers, so if you haven't seen, you want to watch it, definitely kind of stop this and go watch the movie. But one of my favorite scenes is when the dad's just crying and weeping and telling these other 2 children, like, don't make fun of him. He's just lost his child. And when he was young, he didn't get enough protein. And the kids are nodding off like, yeah, I mean, the humor is really funny. Yeah. And that, honestly, my favorite moments of this film weren't the special effects, visual effects scenes with the monster. My favorite points in this were what I love other Korean films for is when it's just the characters interacting and the dialogue. And there's some really fun scenes in that. Like at the beginning, when the guy's working the snack stand and he's asleep there, and they come up and they're just like, oh, he's asleep again. And it's just those parts are so funny to me. So, what were your favorite parts of the film? Did you really like the action sequences? Did you really like just like the conversations, or a mix of both?
I think that like funeral scene when they're crying was probably one of my favorite parts.
And everybody's filming, yeah.
And I think that when they go back to the food shack or to their stand and they're eating like around the table together again. Yeah. I don't know. That's when the dad was there, but that's when obviously the scene comes in and then the dad.
Yeah.
His dad dies or all that stuff like that. But spoilers. We said spoilers, right?
We said spoilers. We're fine. Okay. We're safe. We are safe. We are safe. We're in the circle of spoilers here.
Circle of spoilers.
Circle of spoilers.
You know, we're gonna talk about the monster in a VFX breakdown. Subscribe. We're gonna go deep into the monster because I was gonna go to the monster
right now. He was gonna go down the road. He's like, we're gonna do another video. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna do a VFX breakdown, just talking about the monster and different things like that.
But we can talk the monster as far as story here a little bit.
Briefly,
for sure.
I loved that the monsters revealed at the beginning. I love that whole opening action sequence. I think it's a very bold move to show the monster in full daylight. Full daylight running around. Like obviously it's not the best 3D animation.
It's good though. It's good. Like I thought it was
there's good enough to get by for sure.
It's good enough to where it doesn't distract from the story at all. I thought there was no shots where it looked very poorly composited, integrated in. Like it maybe didn't look like Industrial Light and Magic, 3 huge visual effects studios working on it concurrently. No, but it probably didn't have that budget either. Like for what they probably had, I thought it looked great.
Yeah, there was. There's one. I'm gonna talk about one shot that I liked. We'll talk about it in the VFX breakdown. But right when it comes out of the water, and you see it like running down, like it's like out of focus. It's like after they threw the thing, and you see like people falling out. There's a
Yeah.
tracking shot where he's running on like the riverbed or whatever, and then
Uh.
the monster's up above him. I'm like, oh, this is a beautiful tracking shot. Like I thought that looked so good. There's other moments with the monster. I'm like, I don't know, but overall, did you watch it dubbed
Oh no,
or
no, no.
or or subtitles?
Did you watch it dubbed?
No, no, I have not.
Oh,
But
okay. Yeah,
I've heard the dub is terrible though.
I never
Okay,
watch foreign films
yeah,
with dubbed
nope,
voices. I just one, I
do
don't
it.
mind reading subtitles, and two, like it's just it's not the way it was. Yeah,
No,
it just doesn't work that well.
don't do
Yeah,
it. Don't.
don't do
So
it. Yeah, don't do it.
I just want to make sure you watched. I know I should have asked that before we turned on the camera and started rolling. I watched another video where I'm not even going to link it here, but it was very interesting. They mentioned some things through history, which I didn't know, which kind of connected things for me a little bit.
Mm.
But overall, though, story wise, I liked how my favorite thing when it comes to shows or whatever, if you're going to show a knife or show someone shooting a bow and arrow or whatever, and they
You
connect the
got to bring
dots
it
later.
back. Yeah, you
Yeah,
got to
and
bring
I
it
think
back.
they
Yeah.
did such a good job with like
Mm.
the archer, or she lost or whatever,
Mm,
she missed
mm.
the target, but then she hit the target, and then like the uncle, he's like an alcoholic, he's throwing bottles, at the monster and stuff. I just like the whole like stories paying off kind of thing.
And from an action movie, I thought it was decent. From a personal
Mm.
conversational story development standpoint, I thought it was great. Action, I thought it was okay. I mean, it was predictable in that the family members get separated and then they all converge at the end with their specialties and they attack the monster and overcome the monster. In that regard, yeah, it's mediocre action. But I thought from like a storytelling, character
Yes,
development, I thought it was
exactly.
great. And that's
Yeah,
why I watch what I think of when I think of Korean films. So in that regard, this director, you can see how this led into Parasite because
fantastic.
that's yeah, yeah. Um, did it really even need the monster to be a good movie? No, but it was still fun. It was all very well done. So I'm super
Acting
glad.
acting was really good.
And by the way, all of you that have given us the feedback to watch this film, thank you so much because I didn't know about this film. Did you know? Have you ever had you heard about this before it was suggested to us or no?
No.
So this came from you guys letting
Yeah.
us know about this. So thank you.
So
Please continue to recommend more.
yeah, I actually watched the movie on a plane like right before the quarantine hit. Like I was on my way
Oh,
back
did
from
you really?
Atlanta, because remember it was like so I was on my way back from Atlanta. And I remember telling John, I'm like, dude, this is like a quarantine movie. The whole virus and I'm like this is kind of weird. Watching that landing in
Oh
California, like,
man.
do you remember that when I told you that? No,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay.
Nick saw the movie quite a bit before I did. I had to add it to my Netflix queue, and it finally got to me. But I really enjoyed it. We're excited. We have some other ones that I think viewers have mentioned that we're going to watch. If you have other suggestions, even if it's repeated ones, just so it reiterates that we should watch them, please let us know because I've already been a fan of Korean films. I think Nick's already been a fan of foreign films and Korean films. So we really enjoyed this. If you guys haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Again, it's the host. We're gonna do a VFX or visual effects, special effects breakdown of that as well. Should be really fun. Thank you very much for watching. Again, check out AsArt.space for all the audio and video links. If you like what we're doing, click subscribe here on YouTube, and we'll see you on the next AsArt.